Hey everyone, this is Johnny FD, and I'm really excited to make this video because I got inspired by a couple other YouTubers with how many income streams they have. I think one of the videos said, my 7 streams of income or my 6 streams of income, and I was really curious, how many streams of income do I actually have? Because for the last 5 years, I've been an entrepreneur, I've been traveling the world, and I've been building businesses from this very laptop. This is a 2013 MacBook Air, and I've built every single business I've ever made on this laptop. And today I'm going to go through each and every single stream of income. In kind of order of how I built the businesses, my very first stream was my Kindle Books. So I actually have 2 books now. One is called 12 Weeks in Thailand, The Good Life on the Cheap, and one is called Life Changes Quick. I first published those as a PDF and sold it through my blog, and then I started selling it through Amazon, and now Amazon does all the marketing for me. So that's income stream number 1. On average, I make anywhere between $50 to $100 a month now, but my best month was over $200, and actually the first month I made $600. My second income stream is freelance writing. A lot of people don't realize this, but I get contacted by a lot of people to guest post or write for them, and normally I just ignore it because there's not really a big reason for me to. But once in a while, there's an interesting topic and a big audience for me to get in front of. So for example, there's an expat magazine that has reached out to me a bunch of times asking me to write about either blogging or dropshipping or e-commerce or just living as an expat. And they normally pay me between $100 to $150 per article. And it's kind of fun to write. Like, I actually enjoy writing it. Sometimes I go double the word minimum just because I'm in the flow and I'm enjoying writing it. And not only does it pay me per article, but also I get a bigger audience because they link back to me. As far as freelancing, I have also designed and made logos or even made websites. Probably the biggest site I've ever made was for a CrossFit gym. And these vary, so usually on average I make, let's say, between $100 to $150 a month. But if I'm making a website or if I'm making logos, my best months have been $500 plus. So my third income stream is from Udemy. It's an online platform where anyone can create a course, and actually my best-selling course has nothing to do with business or travel. It's called Small Talk Networking. Lately, I've been making just around $100 a month from these courses, but they do all the advertising for me. They do all the marketing, all the customer service. So it's really easy passive income. But my best months made well over $1,000. And actually, every January, I make about $1,000 because a lot of people are buying these courses because they jump into New Year's resolutions or because of this big Udemy sales. Now, my fourth stream of income, which has been my biggest stream of income for the last 5 years, is dropshipping. So I've created a lot of e-commerce stores where I'm physically not buying the inventory. I'm just dropshipping it from my manufacturer, who's either in Oregon or California or kind of throughout the US, and I sell to US customers. I know there's a lot of different types of dropshipping. For me, I do high-ticket dropshipping directly from the manufacturer. So I'm not shipping from China. I'm not selling on Amazon. I'm selling on my own website and having it shipped directly from the manufacturer, which is the way I prefer to do it because this creates a real brand that you can sell later. For most of my stores, I make anywhere between $1,000 and $3,000 a month. My best month in profit, it was about $7,000, and that was on $25,000 worth of sales. And when I sell the store, which I've done now 3 times, I've made anywhere between $60,000, or a little bit less when I share with my partners. But those are big paydays. Now, because I'm pretty vocal about the businesses I build, a lot of people come to me with questions. And normally, if you just ask, one question, I'm happy to answer it through Facebook or on a forum somewhere. But whenever some people need kind of more help, so they sign up for a coaching call. I honestly don't really like doing coaching calls because it's a big use of my time. And in those 45 minutes or that hour, I could have been working on my own business and making money instead. So that's why I charge $175 an hour. That way, the only people who actually sign up for it are a little bit serious, or they really know what they want. They're not going to waste my time or their time. So in general, I usually have about 2 or 3 coaching calls per month from various people, and that pays anywhere between $300 to $400 a month. Another big stream of income of mine is through affiliate commissions. So I could monetize my email list, my blog, in many, many different ways. But I really like affiliate partnerships by sharing things that I personally use myself, whether it's a link to this microphone, which I think is the best USB microphone out there, or to a course that I took that taught me how to either create video courses or to start an e-commerce store, or even the software I use, the web hosting I use, the 1-800 number I use, all the things that I found to be the best versions out there. If they have an affiliate program, I will share that whenever I'm helping someone or writing a blog post or even creating a video about how to get started with something. In general, I'd make anywhere between $2,000 and $3,000 a month from affiliate commissions, but my best months on like a big launch or something, I made over $10,000. So I'm a big fan of double dipping. So because I started making so much money through affiliate marketing, affiliate commissions, people wanted to know how they can build their brand or their blog to get a lot of traffic, especially because all mine is free traffic. People also want to know how to build up an email list, how to build up their brand, and actually how to get started with affiliate marketing that isn't just hit or miss. It's really building a lifelong stream of income. So because of that, I created a course called Income Boss, and that goes step by step through how to build a blog from scratch or a brand from scratch, how to monetize it, and how to get signed up for the best affiliate offers, and how to actually get the traffic and promote it. For that course, I make anywhere between $300 to $500 a month on average. But on my best months, I made a couple $1,000s, especially during the launches or whenever there's a big update and I send an email saying there's a new case study on there. So in the best month, I made $5,000 from the course. On the worst months, I usually make a few $100. So income stream number 8 is real estate, and I've always been a big fan of owning real estate or having cash flowing properties or having money come in. And I used to save up money so I can buy a house. And then I realized, hey, instead of buying a house for myself to live in and being stuck in one place, why not just travel and have income producing real estate assets and make money from that? So I'm a big fan of having everything hands off, having everything being ran through a property manager or a fund. And that way I never have to physically fly anywhere. I never have to deal with unclogging toilets or evicting someone. I let the managers do that. So I have a bunch of different real estate assets through things like Pure Street, Yield Street, Fundrise, Realty Mogul, AHP, and you name it. And on average, I net profit about $1,500 a month just from the interest collected or the dividends collected. But then I also have some appreciation that's not calculated in there. So after a few years, maybe 5, 10, 20 years, the value of some of those funds will go up as well, because some of them are shares of REITs or shares of apartment buildings that I own parts of. So the cash flow right now is about $1,500 a month, and that keeps growing, but the equity is also growing. And for me, it's about 50-50 equity, 50-50 interest. So you can calculate that I make about $3,000 a month from that. I just don't see it yet. Another form of passive income that I make through investments is with index funds. I buy all my index funds through Vanguard. They're very low cost. And the way I have generated the money to even buy these is every time I sell a dropshipping store for 60 grand, I buy 60 grand worth of index funds. So in total, I have over $200,000 with index funds, and that makes me on average about 7% per year, maybe even up to 10%. And part of that is the dividends that they pay out, and then also the growth. So it's kind of hard to calculate exactly how much it's worth, but on average, I make about $1,000 a month just from these index funds if you calculate the average growth as well as the dividends that it pays out. And sometimes it actually pays out $1,000 in just dividends, but that only happens, maybe 1/4 of the year. My 10th stream of income are live events. So I really like putting on live in-person events because I really believe that the in-person networking, especially to paid events where people plan ahead, they fly in, they buy a ticket, maybe they stay at the hotel that, the venue is at or nearby. and they're really there to grow their business or themselves, this is the best type of networking out there. And that's why I really like hosting the Nomad Summit every year. And now we also have an event for the Invest Like a Boss conference as well. And these conferences, they're not really a great moneymaker in the beginning because it takes many years to build up, and it's a big investment. You literally have to put down $10,000 or $20,000 deposits that are non-refundable, even if the event doesn't happen or doesn't go well. So if I really calculate how much I've actually made from it, I would say maybe between $1,000 to $1,500 a month when you average it out over the year, because we only have the events once or twice a year. Sometimes we just break even, sometimes we make money. But it is another stream of income for me. But really, I do it because I really love doing it. Another thing I really like doing is hosting the Travel Like a Boss and the Invest Like a Boss podcast. It's something that I would do for free just because I really enjoy sitting down and interviewing successful people. We've had on the CEO of a lot of big investment companies like Wealthfront or Betterment or Realty Mogul, and that's how we get ideas on what to invest our own money in. I've also interviewed a lot of successful entrepreneurs, and it's been a great way to network with people. Sometimes we have podcast sponsors, so I would average anywhere between $300 to $600 a month on average of sponsorship money, but we don't always have a sponsor, so sometimes it's actually a net negative when I pay my editor to edit the podcast. Another passion project and the 12th stream of income is my YouTube channel. So I really like making these videos. I really enjoy making travel videos. If you look, I have a ton of scuba diving videos or my old Muay Thai videos, which is what I started with. But also I like sharing business tips because I get a lot of ideas. I get a lot of connections from this. So yes, I make money from YouTube ads, but no, it's not a ton of money. Right now, I make about $150 a month from YouTube ads, their revenue share. But it's not bad because honestly, if I really had to, I would probably pay a service $150 a month just to host my videos if YouTube wasn't around. And my 13th stream of income, I would just call other investments, whether it's things like Bitcoin or Forex trading, or I have a bunch of money in Marcus, which is an online savings account that pays 2.25% as kind of a 6-month emergency fund. All these things also generate some money, not a ton, I would say, $100 a month or so. But when you really add up these 13 different categories, and if you really break them down, like, for example, I have more than one book, I have more than one dropshipping store, I have more than one type of investment. I actually have some investments that I talk about on Invest Like a Boss that I didn't really mention here just because they're a little bit kind of off the wall. But when you add all these up, it ends up being really good money. And I'm very diversified, so I never have to worry about any one thing going down. So in general, I have more than 13 streams of income. Most of them are passive. There's only a few that are active income, like hosting the live events or doing the podcast, which is weekly. But even then, these things end up, being recorded, so they are kind of lifelong. And this is a big difference between my corporate job that I had before I moved out to Thailand, or actually now I'm actually in Lithuania in Europe. So this allows me to travel the world and make money online through actually this laptop, which I would like to upgrade, but Apple isn't making great laptops anymore. So I'm kind of waiting for them to get their act together. Apple, hope you're listening to this. So if you have any questions about any of my income streams, feel free to ask below or search my YouTube channel. I've gone in depth every single month on my income reports as well as my expense reports. And I've also gone in depth on most of the businesses that I've talked about here. But feel free to leave a comment if you have any other questions. In total, I would say I'm making anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000 a month. And I'm doing this while traveling the world. And actually, on my best months, usually when I'm, in one place working, 40 plus hours a week, really grinding, I'm launching something new, or I'm really focusing on building my businesses, sometimes I make $20,000 or more. So my best years, I make $200,000 a year. Actually, my very best year, if you include when I sold my dropshipping stores, I made $325,000. And that was in 2016. And then 2017, and then It fluctuates anywhere between $1,000 and $200,000. And what's really nice is my costs are very low because I spend half the year in Thailand. I spend the other half a year in the cheaper places in Europe that I really enjoy. And I don't have big fixed expenses at home. I don't have a mortgage or a car. Everything I buy assets that produce me money. So if you want to know more about that, listen to the Invest Like a Boss podcast. Subscribe to this channel for more updates. And if you want me to go in depth with anything that I talked about today, just leave a comment below. Tell me what you want to learn more about, and I'm happy to share. Hopefully I'll see you somewhere in the world, and good luck. Let me know how many streams of income you have right now and what you would like to add to your portfolio. See you guys.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.